Over the years, several big-name celebrities appeared on Almost Live. Names like Jerry Seinfeld, Jay Leno, and Ellen DeGeneres. Some did stand-up routines, others appeared in sketches. Take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I want to bring out my first guest for the evening. I'm sure you've seen him on television. He's been on the David Letterman Show and the Tonight Show many, many times. In fact, this Thursday, you will see him on Johnny Carson's anniversary show. You can also see him on the HBO special with Rodney Dangerfield that's on right now. Please welcome Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you very much. Please stop. I insist. Hey, this is it. I'm very happy to be here. This is a great town. I love Seattle because it's a moisturizer, but it works like a city. I just flew in on a plane. I like flying. I like planes. I hate flying standby because you don't get on the plane. That's why they call it standby. You end up standing there going, bye. Get on the plane. But stewardesses do that great little routine before the plane takes off. You know, they always have that thing with the seat belts and the oxygen mask. They show you how to use a seat belt in case you haven't been in a car since 1965. Then they point out the emergency exits, but it's always with that very vague point. Where the hell are these places? She's thinking, I'm getting out before you're getting out. It's that little move on the end, but after they show you, they point it out, remember, and they always go this way. You know what I'm saying? They say, be sure to exit right out this way. That's the part that I like. Think you'll remember that when the plane is at a 90-degree angle and your hair is on fire? You'll be running through that cabin. I think she said this way. Which was it? It was that way. It had to be this way. She was a southpaw. Airplane bathroom's got a new sign. As a courtesy to the next passenger, please wipe off the counter with your towel. Well, let me earn my wings every day. I'm sorry I forgot to bring my toilet bowl brush with me and do the job right. When did this brotherhood of passengers get started? Did they lose your luggage? Take mine. I insist. Was that bathroom clean enough for you? I worked on that about 30 minutes. I couldn't find the comment, or I would have had that crapper gleaming, I promise you that. I used my shirt for the floor. I hope that was all right. So I'm coming down from Canada a couple of weeks ago. I'm working up there. The guy's got these, they have this customs guy. Another top-notch security system we've got set up there where they go through your bags real fast. You know, I just put my dirty underwear on the top. That always slows them right down. Yeah, that was fine. Get that out of here. I don't need to see that. So they have these little questions. They say, do you have any plants? I said, no. He says, do you have any alcohol? The guy actually says to me, any drugs? Is this an effective technique for these people? Are we on the honor system now? Do they catch incredibly stupid smugglers like this? Any drugs? Bingo, you got me. I don't know how you did it. I certainly wasn't prepared for that question. But we're on top of crime. We're on top of it. We've got the little crime dog. What's the little dog, you know, the cartoon with the dog in the trench coat? Don't you love that? McGruff, the crime dog. Take a bite at a crime. What does that mean? Just go up to a crook's ankle and go, ah, ah, ah. Yeah, I guess the crooks are pretty scared when they see that. Creeping through some warehouse. What if that little dog in the trench coat shows up? It's just a cartoon. I don't like it. All right. So, I don't know. My parents live in Florida. I'm from Long Island. That's where I grew up. My parents just moved down there to Florida. They don't want to live in Florida, but they're in their 60s, and that's the law. But my time is up. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.
Welcome to Seattle.
Thanks.
Welcome to Seattle. You're playing at Giggles Comedy Club.
It's all black and white here. It's like the first scene of Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of gray, isn't it?
You remember that everything was black and white and gray? There was no colors in that. When they would organize, when they would have all that
That's
stuff.
right, yeah, that's right.
I met Peter Lupus one time, as a matter of fact.
The big strong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember he had lines like, "What do you want me to do with this LTD, Bill?"
That's right.
He was a big strong guy.
Yeah, you know, we were talking a little bit before with the audience about pet shops. I had a pet shop for a little while.
Oh, yeah?
And then you and I chatted. We both owned parakeets.
Oh, yeah?
And you had
I had a parakeet,
you had a parakeet.
and my mother was into her mirror phase. My mother felt that mirrors give you a feeling of space. Have you heard this? That it seems like you have an entire other room.
Yeah.
And and I don't know what kind of a jerk walks up to a mirror and goes, "Hey, look, there's a whole other room in there. There's a guy in there, looks just like me."
Yeah.
But the parakeet, what is it with? I don't know what they crash. He would fly out of. Bang! With that little head, you know, they have no padding. It's straight back the way they do their hair.
Yeah.
And they have no helmets, no flight control. And he hits that thing, bang! And I would see his little eyes just, you know. And he would try and fly off in some other direction. And I always thought, even if he thought the mirror was another room, you would think he'd at least try and avoid hitting the other parakeet.
You've also, I think the last time that I ran into you, were on your way to work in the South with Kenny Rogers.
Oh, yeah.
That's different, isn't it, down there?
A lot of pickups, Ross.
A lot of pickups in the
A lot of
South.
pickups, and nothing in the back of them. The only thing you ever see in the back is a big dog or a guy with no shirt on.
Mm-hmm. Now, they talk differently. It's hard to get
Yeah,
the
you all
language.
come back now, and I'm leaving now. Well, you come back now. All right, you know.
Oh, is
Goodbye
it-
now. They tell you when they're telling. Goodbye now. Okay, now.
Yeah,
Ready?
we-
Goodbye now. All right.
You've been, now this is a big movie town. You like the movie, yeah.
Everyone knows that
Well-
this is like the biggest movie town in America.
That's right. Variety magazine says that this is the biggest place because of the weather. We spend a lot of time indoors.
Right.
And we go to movies more than anybody else in the
You've
country.
got the specially selected theaters. You've got theaters near you, I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know how they know where I am, but they somehow keep some radar scope. He's moving. Move the theater.
That's right. We got them everywhere. Well, anyway, you're going to be at Giggles through
Giggles.
tonight.
Yeah, Giggles
And-
is why I'm here.
Yeah, it's been going well.
Yeah, great.
That, and you're doing concert dates now all over the country.
I'm just trying to stay above water.
You're trying to
Ross.
stay above water. Well, sure glad that you were able to swim here.
That's impossible here to stay above water.
That's right. No, we don't tan here. We have high water marks, pretty much. That's what we have. Okay, well, anyway, thank you very much for being with
Thanks,
us.
Russ.
We're going to be right back. Emma Watson's here tonight. Well, we caught up with who has to be the hottest comic in America, Jay Leno. Was in Seattle doing a show, a one-nighter, and couldn't be with us live, but we snagged him at the airport. In fact, we met Jay coming right off the plane.
Please have your boarding passes out and available for the flight attendants to collect your...
Imagine our luck. Imagine our luck, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jay Leno. Hi, Jay. Oh, no, Jay is here. Jay.
For the big mafia trial?
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. And we'll try to.
great.
We've notified the authorities.
Yeah.
We'll try to get you out this way, Mr. Leno.
As you can see, I'm thrilled to be on the show.
Good to see you, Jay.
Why, good to see you. You know, I hadn't expected you to come tonight to film this.
Gee, thank you very much, Jay. You know,
Yes.
we're happy to have you in Seattle, though those are some bad news.
Oh, it's good to be had, yeah. What's the bad
The
news?
bad news is there's a 60-foot inflated crab on the Space Needle.
Oh.
That's our landmark.
Sounds painful. You know, I think I know her.
There's also a large inflated gorilla downtown.
No.
And I've got another piece of bad news.
What is that, Ross?
5,000 sailors are in town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the USS Constellation.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so they'll be at the show tonight.
Now, this is not some kind of military takeover, I imagine.
No, it is not. They're celebrating their 211th anniversary.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, I had read something. Yes,
It's a
yes.
big 211th anniversary. We've got some gifts for you, Jay.
Oh, some lovely gifts.
Yeah, we got some gifts for you.
Party gifts.
Yeah. It's a nice Seattle.
Like some Miami Vice kind of thing. What is
Yeah,
it?
that's right. And we've got some Doritos.
Oh, some delicious. You know, I just had a package on the plane.
Yeah, they are the Breakfast of Champions, are they
Breakfast
not?
of Champions, they are.
And
Well,
an almost live T-shirt.
oh, do you have any? You know, these are. Do you have any of the plain ones that don't have the writing on them? These are very nice, but you know, when you polish a car, I find that the letters tend to scratch.
No, these
Do you have
won't
any of
rub
the plain
off.
ones? Oh, okay.
All right, now tell us about the special. It's going to be on November 1st.
November
is that
1st.
right? Yeah. Now, how
That's
does
something I always want to do. Hey, I said no cameras.
Now, I guess they spend a lot of money to figure out what to call a show like that, do they?
Yeah, we brought some media people in. We paid them thousands of dollars. They came up with the name The Jay Leno Show. Yeah, pretty unusual. We did market research. And, well, here come roving gangs of young thugs. Yes.
Yeah, I heard they
kind of Seattle's famous punk community.
Now,
Hello, gentlemen.
gentlemen, do you know Mr. Nixon?
You guys in town for the big yuppie convention, I guess. Where do we go? Is this us here getting in the battered van?
No, this is not us.
That's the guy. That's him. That's,
No, this is not.
Get me on film.
that's Ross. Hand me a Perrier Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen. Ross, hey, I'll have another one of those foreign cookies.
I guess we have to really go now because Jay's on his way to a show, and you can see that he's going to wear this.
Oh, I'm going to wear this on stage, too. And I tell you, with this all cotton, you can buff up a nice shine in your car with these.
Well, thanks, Jay. Good luck.
Well,
We'll watch
thanks.
you on
There'll be a little something in your envelope as well.
We'll see you on the special, and then you'll be hosting the Tonight Show again.
Right. I'm down here at the Mission Hotel.
Mm-hmm. We'll try to find a better place. Maybe some place that gives free suckers or something on the bed.
Come on.
See you, Jay.
Okay, see you later.
Almost Live will return after this short commercial message. Well, we are all very happy that we were able to get our next guest. She completed a Showtime, no, it was an HBO, wasn't it? HBO special last month. You may have seen her on The Tonight Show last week. Very funny comedian. Please welcome Ellen DeGeneres.
Thank you very much. That makes me happier than you'll ever know. Thank you. This is great. Is everybody keeping in shape and staying healthy here? Yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's important. You know, my grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 97 today, and we don't know where the hell she is. We know where she is. She's in prison. But, no. But that's important to stay in shape. I'm flossing every day. Yeah. Well, that gum disease is scary, isn't it? Oh, yeah, sure. I don't know how many of you know about it, but my aunt died because of gum disease. She did. She accidentally got 2 pieces of Wrigley spearmint stuck on her eyelids, couldn't open them up, and she wandered onto some train tracks. The train didn't hit her, but she stepped on a rusty nail and infected her foot. Doctors had to cut it off. She got real depressed about that and moved to Guam, opened up a little gift boutique there selling knickknacks, went bankrupt in about 6 months. Anyway, she fell in love with this man she met while hitchhiking, and I guess he loved her too, I don't really know, but he used to make fun of her missing foot all the time. She shot him. She was so sensitive about that missing foot. It turns out that he was married, his wife found her and beat the hell out of her. Then they got to talking and got to be real close friends and enjoyed doing things together every Saturday. And one of their favorite things they enjoyed doing on Saturdays was to go swimming over in Caldwell's Pond in Hazelfield Park. It's in Guam. And they were swimming one Saturday, Trudy and Yolanda, that was them. And it was real choppy, real windy, a storm was brewing, and Trudy called out, "Better go, storms are brewing." And Yolanda said, "Yeah." So they got out and started walking, and a pack of wild wolves attacked Aunt Yolanda and killed her. So that gum disease is nothing to mess around with. Thank you very much. I really enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy it because after I perform, people always come up to me and talk to me and ask me questions. And they always say, "Ellen, first of all, you're incredible. But second of all, is your life as a performer, is it that much different than ours, the little people, the nobodies, the scum?" And I'll tell you, I don't think it is. I think we're all the same. I think we all enjoy doing the same things. For instance, do you do this? You do this. Everybody does this. When you're at home alone, you put on an album, one that you know all the words to, and you take a hairbrush or a deodorant can or something, you stand in front of the mirror, you pretend like you're a rock star, and when the album's over, you pretend like the concert's over and people are screaming and cheering for more. You say, "Thank you very much, good night!" And then you run out of the living room, down the hall into the bedroom, you pretend like that's a dressing room. You get there and you have a wine and cheese and fruit tray and champagne all sitting down, and you're smoking and you're drinking and you're eating and you're pretending like you're getting interviewed by the Rolling Stone magazine, and you just completely trash your room. Don't you? Me too. Yeah. We have a lot in common, huh? That's great. This is fun to do, too. You go outside and you capture little lizards. You just capture them, and then once you have them, you glue little tiny toupees to their heads. And you set them free, and their family and friends don't recognize them. Yeah. Did you do this when you were kids? How many of you had a dollhouse when you were growing up? Dollhouse? Me too. Me too. Yeah. Did you ever catch the minnows in the pond with little Dixie cups and walk around with the minnows in the cups? Me too. Me too. Did you ever take the minnows and mount them to the walls of your den in your dollhouse? Me too. Me too. You pretend like Barbie and Ken Cutter on a fishing expedition. You take pictures. Me too. Yeah. Do you read Hints from Heloise in the paper? I think women read this more than men. She has a column, she has tips for you. She has tips like how to get gum out of your hair. To me, if you're this stupid, you don't deserve a clue as to how to get it out. You're a moron, you know. I mean, how does this happen? You're chewing your gum. Oh! Can you believe it? It's in there, Help me. That doesn't happen. I read this, actually. She has a book. I don't know if anybody has the book Hints from Heloise, do you? No? It's very good. I don't know if the movie is going to be as good, but the book is good. And I read this. This is true, actually. If you have an Angora sweater and you want to wear it out that night to a party or something, you take the Angora sweater, put it in a plastic bag, you put it in the freezer for an hour, and it won't shed the rest of the night. And that's true. But then I started thinking, you knew that, didn't you? But I started thinking, well, my cat sheds an awful lot. Thank you.
Very funny stuff. Now, this is the first time you and I have met. Now, where is home for you?
Home is New Orleans. That
No kidding.
Took your
Oh.
But you know, you talk about a low-class city too, and that so they got it. So that couldn't have been the reason. Actually, it's an okay city, but there are problems. I just went back home, as a matter of fact.
Oh, did you?
Bring
All
that
right.
up. And it's sad because it's going down, all of the old buildings are being demolished, and one of my fondest memories as a child, I went back as the live pony ride, and it's just so sad to see those poor little ponies dodging that demolition ball, and they should have taken the children off, and it's just a horrible sight. I couldn't watch about an hour and a half, and I said, I'm going, I really can't watch this.
No, I've been to New Orleans. It's a nice city.
It is a
It's
nice
fun.
city.
The Bourbon Street is everything that they say it is, and
more.
And more.
There's lots of, well, anyway. Yeah, it's a...
Was it a nice childhood growing up there, though, for you?
Well, I don't know. My family was extremely cruel to me, so that's kind of... I remember one day I was coming home from kindergarten. Well, they told me it was kindergarten. I found out later I'd been working in a factory for 2 years. That was bad. Yeah. I was about 4 or 5 years old. My dad walks up to me before Christmas one day, and he says, Ellen, what would you like for Christmas? And I said, gosh, Dad, I'd like a little dolly. And Christmas Day, he wheels in this tremendous metal thing. I said, Have you ever tried to dress one of those things? They're impossible.
No, not there, yeah.
We had fire drills around the house so that in case of a fire, we each had a special duty. Like my father had to grab the pets, my mother grabbed the jewelry, my brother ran out to get help, and they told me to try to save the washer and dryer. So it's a good thing I had that dolly.
Now, somebody told me back that you're a pet lover. I used to have a pet store at one time.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
See, now, if I weren't a comedian, I would have a pet store. I would
fun,
that
isn't it?
or a terrorist. I wouldn't decide. I don't know. But, I love pets. I love animals, and I like cats more than dogs, I think, because dogs are a little bit smelly. I don't know. One of my cats, I have 2 cats, and one of my cats started smelling a little bit like an animal, and I bought this.
That is odd,
You don't
isn't it?
want that.
No.
And so at the pet stores, they have pet cologne, cat cologne, and you spray your pet, and it smells like Brute. And this is true. A little tip for you, though. Cats don't like aerosol coming at their faces. They don't. So I got one good spray on her, and she's scared to death of me. She's under the bed now and won't come out. But if you lay under there and sniff her, she smells very, very good.
Well, thank you very much for spending some time with us.
Oh, thanks for
Ellen
having
DeGeneres,
me.
you can be at the Comedy Underground, Swanee's Comedy Underground.
Tonight.
Through tonight, yes.
Through tonight.
Yes,
From
please
now
go-
through tonight.
From now till through tonight. Please go down and see her, Ellen DeGeneres.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are at home, we are at work, we are always constantly trying to figure out what can we do to make Almost Live better. And it occurred to us that we have not been having enough science on the show. Have we ever had science on the show? We haven't ever had it. So.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not enough, is it? So we thought, we looked around. Well, there's a guy on our own staff who has a degree from an Ivy League college, don't you?
Yeah. It was a clerical error.
Oh, is that what it was? But it is from Columbia, right?
No.
Where is it?
You really want us from Cornell?
Cornell, okay. Carl Sagan was
Carl Sagan and I were like this. Hey, Carl. Hey, Bill. Hey.
Yeah, that's what it was. So that's why we present Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
Thank you.
All right. And so we said, Bill, what could you do that would be science-like? Or
Well, it's just not that so much. I just realized how few people are using liquid nitrogen around the home.
Yeah.
See, we scientists... Oh, Ross,
Yeah.
please, really, put these on. You make me nervous.
Safety first, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
safety first, right.
All right.
Now, for example, see, we scientists...
I feel like I'm in a Jerry Lewis movie.
Do you speak French?
Huh? No, I don't. Yeah. Okay, liquid nitrogen tips, household tips.
Household
All
tips.
right.
Well, it's just we scientists. For example,
Uh-huh.
here's an ordinary onion.
Yeah.
Okay, now how would you dice it? You'd use a cutting board, maybe a knife.
Right. Yeah.
Take you a few minutes, right?
Okay. In the liquid nitrogen
Into the liquid
it goes.
nitrogen. Doesn't take long at all. It's a time saver.
That's a real time saver, isn't it?
Yeah. Now you probably like. Yeah.
All right.
How are you with an electric train at Christmas, right?
Okay. What else?
Now, when you go to poach an egg,
Right.
ordinary ladle.
Uh-huh.
Can we see this, everybody?
Yeah, you just put an egg in a ladle. How about
Okay.
that?
And we just
Incredible.
gently set that in there.
Uh-huh.
Now, while that's cooking. Now, Ross, you were a bachelor for a while, right? And
Certainly.
still, you travel quite a bit. You know how celery will go limp
Yeah.
when you leave it? Now, let me show you. You can just set it in the liquid nitrogen. Do you have some tongs? We're going to need them.
They're right there. All right.
Yeah. Set it in the liquid nitrogen for a few minutes and look at that.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
Takes a
Yeah,
limpness right out of it, doesn't
Yeah, oh yeah. Now, here's one that I have, as we say in the cooking trade, prepared earlier. You gotta be careful with that.
it? Boy, that's much better. You hold the peanut butter that way.
Oh, yeah. So, here's your egg, Ron.
Oh, can the camera see this? Look at this.
Doesn't that look
A
yummy?
poached egg with liquid nitrogen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why, that's why we do it at my house.
No need to even take it out. I would
No,
think.
really, no. Just dig in.
Good. Yeah, it looks good on toast. All right. And what else can you do?
Well, I was just gonna say, you know how people roast marshmallows have to start a fire?
Yeah, sure.
It takes forever. So what I do is just do it in the liquid nitrogen. It comes out much quicker. It's cleaner. You don't have the sticks to fool with and so on. But of course, the main thing is,
Bill, you're not gonna put that in your mouth.
well, I don't know, maybe. The thing is that there's evidence now that the theobromocacao protein is developed in this nitrogenous cooking method.
So what else is new?
So, well, it's because, the nitrogen's diatomic. So anyway, the thing is that many people accept now that it is an aphrodisiac.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Nye, the Science Guy. We'll be right back. Thank you for coming back. Rock and roll legend time. We have with us a guy who's been in town all week, broadcasting a radio show, oddly enough. You know him as one of the original members of the James Gang and one of the driving forces behind the band The Eagles. Here he is, Joe Walsh. nice little button. It says,
How you doing?
how you doing? How are you, Joe?
Fine, thanks for having me on.
Well, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Nice to be here.
You're a legend, as we say.
I don't know what a rock star is, but I are one.
Good to have you. Now tell us about the Eagles. How did that all happen? The James Gang was first, wasn't it?
Yeah, James Gang was first, and then I pursued a solo career for a while, and then I didn't. And I ended up in Los Angeles, and a guy named Bernie Ledden was no fun anymore in their band. So, and they wanted to stop being Sons of the Desert and all, and kind of get a little tougher on stage. So they asked me to join, and I said,
I'm not doing anything.
why not?
Yeah.
That's a stupid idea. I think I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what's the deal now about the album Hotel California and the song? Now, there's a lot of controversy when that came out. What does it mean?
no.
What are they really trying to say in that song?
Well, yeah, there was some references to Satanism and
Yeah, I remember.
all that.
What's the deal?
Well, Hotel California, the entire album is about the fact that everybody in California that lives there is from Ohio. And if you play it backwards, it doesn't make any sense, because it doesn't make any sense if you play it forward. So we didn't have any reference to anything other than trying to make a musical statement about how the whole state is like a hotel, you know? I mean,
It is. It is like that. People move in, they're transient, and they don't leave.
Yeah. You can't be a successful actor in Toledo, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Now, not a lot of us are going to get a chance to ever be a rock star, and well, maybe she will. But
Yeah.
but what's it like to be at the top? Because we hear all kinds of road stories about bands and
Well,
they blow into town and they trash the
It's
place.
fun. The Eagles was like a 4-year party. That was fun.
Well, tell us, anything like that ever happened to you guys on the road or caused
Yeah,
it to-
I'm kind of famous for a chainsaw. I'm known for a chainsaw. Because I used to carry a chainsaw along. It's funny. I used it once in a while. Like if you're supposed to have, if you're supposed to have connecting rooms and you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I didn't have to start it up that much. I just go down to the lobby and say, "I want my food now." And,
Usually get your attention, I guess.
it worked, yeah. But I was famous for a lot of room trashing and stuff. I've been thrown out of some of the finest hotels in the world. It's just, you know, you play for a lot of people, and 20 minutes later, you're in your room, and there's nothing on TV, and there's no room service, and it's like, where'd everybody go?
A lot of us would just turn on HBO. You know, we wouldn't.
Nah. I threw the TV out the window, see, so I forgot I might want to watch it.
Now, do people ever recognize you? They see you on the street and know you?
Sometimes, I tell you that the most exciting one for me was I was in a shopping mall with my kid. I took my kid to see Santa Claus. And we're standing there in the line, and Santa Claus is like looking at me. And all of a sudden, Santa Claus goes, "Hey, Joe! Don't you recognize me? I went to high school with you." He comes down and I said, "Don't take off your beard, man. You're gonna ruin it for all these kids." My kid said, "Dad, man, you never told me you went to high school with Santa." And all the kids are going, "You went to high school with Santa Claus."
High school, he knows Santa Claus.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I get recognized. Usually when I go to dinner and I stick my fork in my salad, right about there.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's what
says,
they
yeah,
say.
I don't want to bother you, but it's part of the deal.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
part
you've
of
been
the
real
deal.
busy. Didn't you work with Stevie Winwood on his recent album?
Yeah, I went and played guitar for Steve on his album, and he's up for, I think, 5 Grammys, the
Yeah.
most anybody's ever been up for. So I'm excited because I'm up for half of a Grammy, man. Chainsaw come in handy.
Yeah, sure did. Well, we're going to take a short break here, Joe, and we're going to talk Joe into playing a tune with our band. Will you do that?
Costs extra.
We've got all kinds of money we haven't even spent
Okay.
yet. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back with Joe Walsh. Whoa! Welcome back to the show. I think you've probably seen my next guest. He's had a little television show for the last 20 years, 5 days a week. His main claim to fame, however, is that he's oft confused for Merv Griffin. Please welcome Phil Donahue. How are you, Phil?
We lost.
Oh, you lost.
I
He's got a,
have a Mariners hat, but I don't. I didn't bring it tonight.
Phil just came from a ball game, and you lost the game.
We did lose the game, mostly because I made most of the mistakes.
Oh no!
No, it's a very good team.
Oh yeah. You played on the King team.
I did. We play in the Rat League.
Mm-hmm. Did you get up to bat?
I did get up to bat.
How'd you do?
Actually, not too badly. Be better if somebody else told you though.
How did he do?
Home run.
He hit a home run.
I did.
Wow. Oh, Phil, I wish we had some kind of a prize or a trophy or.
Oh, I don't have any more room in my trophy room.
Oh, well, maybe we can get you some crackers or licorice. Well, how are you? Welcome to Seattle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you been having a nice time?
Well, certainly have. We've had great audiences, and it is true. Somebody at the airport said, "Hey, Merv."
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm carrying my ego under my arm, and and walking around and having it is a nice place to come. It always has been for us. These audiences have always been great. I can't get to them fast enough, and it's a big trip for us to come here.
Good. Now we got to clear something up. You're going to leave Seattle. And people, the only thing they're going to remember about Phil Donahue is that they read in the Seattle Times that he likes to sit at home or alone in his hotel room with a six-pack of Rainier.
Well,
do you remember? Did you see that in the paper?
I did say that. No, people knock me over to, and then say, "Where's Marlowe?" And it's just very difficult for me. As you know, I have an enormous ego, and I usually stand there whistling my theme song, hoping somebody will. And they want to know if she's here, which she isn't. She's working. Mm-hmm. As you know, we have to eat. And so I said I'm sitting in my hotel room looking out over the Sound, drinking a six-pack of Rainier beer. And it gets a laugh and, of course, winds up in the newspaper. And
that's right. And
I get free Rainier for the rest of the week.
Yeah, you mentioned Marlowe. Danny Thomas is your dad, and or your father-in-law. Does he ever, at family gatherings, does he ever play Uncle Tanous just for a little while?
No, but we do have a lot. He's got a lot of old war stories, and he is as you know, he's 75 now and in great health and still working and raising a lot of money for St. Jude Hospital. And he's also the place where all the comics come. And so I have this really wonderful, rare experience of sitting there at the table with George Burns, Milton Berle, Bob Newhart comes over, Buddy Hackett, and it is something to watch these men. And they play to each other, they applaud each other, they laugh at all the material. It's a very unusual opportunity for me, and I had never really appreciated comedy until I married into this family. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It is the most terrifying thing you can possibly do in your life. I mean, all these guys came up from the street, and they know what it's like to play small rooms, play to empty tables, and they all hit it. They're, I think, comedy history, most of these people, and I feel very privileged to be see them up close like this.
Well, now you're a major personality. I'm sure when they're sitting around the table holding court, and they ever they say, "Well, Phil." They look to you, don't they? Look to you for stories too?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have been known to be arrogant enough after a couple of Rainier beers to tell a couple of stories myself, but I'm always glad when they're over, and by the time I get to the punchline, my tongue is sticking to the roof of my mouth. But they laugh whether they think it's funny or not. They're very generous people.
They're real supportive, and of course you're the youngest. And how old were you when your hair went gray?
Probably. This is a long way to come to be insulted tonight. About late 20s. Late 20s.
And did you ever say, "Oh, I'm in show business. I better put the
Never
grease"?
bothered me. I mean, I'm as vain as anybody else. I'm not claiming any protection from that, from ego, but it never bothered me. Maybe it should have, but it never did.
No, I don't think it should.
No, some guy introduced me as a 6-foot Q-tip once.
Oh, that's awful. That's awful. Well, who are your friends, Phil? When you have some free time, when you're not on the road, who do you hang out with?
Well, we have a pack of folks we run with in New York, including people in theater. Marlo was on Broadway all last summer, which got me into the Broadway Show League, which is why I'm out here trying to show off and act my age. I swung at one pitch tonight. I missed it, and I think I hurt myself. But mostly, I would say Broadway people and also movie people, since Marlo's very well connected to that crowd. I hate to mention, I don't want to, these are pals, and I don't want to come to Seattle, because then, then...
Just one.
I'll tell you, listen.
Just one, your best friend.
All right, it's not my best friend, but I have actually met Warren Beatty.
Oh.
He's very short.
I know you have to go, but I wanted to thank you very much for being here.
Well, I thank you for the invite.
Phil Donahue.
Very much.
We'll be right back.
Seattle, Washington. A seemingly normal place. Until you peel back the layers of mystery. The Unsolved Mysteries of Seattle. First, the ongoing mystery of what exactly is being sold here. And if it's what some people think is being sold here, what does this mean? And then there's this. Martin Luther King Jr. Way in Seattle. And the place? Jack's Payless Auto Supply, shoes, starters, brakes, fine wine, valve grinding, discount foods. It is the incredible store that sells everything, except for certain remnants. And then there's this mystery. Seattle cab driver Colin Hutchins. What do you think about all this rainy weather we've been having?
I don't know.
How do you like the Seattle Mariners' chances this year?
I don't know.
What about the President Clinton-Monica Lewinsky business?
I don't know.
He's the Seattle cab driver who doesn't have an opinion. And then there's this strip mall, the only one in town with no teriyaki place. Hammering Man. He's been at it for 5 years. Shouldn't he be done by now? They've been known to say they're a friend of the family. But where are the Christmas presents? And when's the last time they ever gave you a ride to the airport? I'm outside a nightclub that features totally nude girls. And there's a mystery. Tell us about it.
Well, I was just in there for the first time.
And
I get the feeling that I've been in there before.
what in the hell is that thing? And then there's the mystery of the bottle woman, who looks astonishingly similar to Jamie Lee Curtis.
I am Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know, some idiot.
A congenital liar from Bothell, who looks astonishingly similar to Jamie Lee Curtis.
I've never been to Bothell.
A woman who's ashamed of living in Bothell.
Come here, please.
And who looks
Get rid of him.
astonishingly similar to Jamie Lee. And then there's the mystery of the cemetery down near SeaTac Airport with this sign. If true, How do they get the bodies in there? And how do you explain this sign? And those are the unsolved mysteries. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Those are the unsolved mysteries of Seattle.
In many cases, these celebrities appeared on Almost Live before they were household names. And in the case of Bill Nye the Science Guy, well, a legend was born on that very show. To watch full episodes of Almost Live, head on over to our streaming app, King 5 Plus.